You spoke about the importance of Kvaratskhelia. I think it's worth noting Bayern Munich are reportedly interested in his 16-year-old brother.
No way.
They are. Tornike, as his name.
And where does he play? Dinamo Tbilisi?
Is that the club in...
I don't know. That's where Kvaratskhelia played for in
they're
Georgia.
reportedly interested in him, and he's 16 years old. They've probably thought, if we can't get Kvicha, let's get his brother. Just showing the importance and how big Kvicha has. I'm getting confused with both the Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
But he's put up numbers this season that are similar to Ousmane Dembele last year, and he won the Ballon d'Or last year. Is he cemented himself as one of the best in the world at the moment?
I think he already has been the best, one of the best wingers in the world from his Napoli days. All credit to that guy that found him. We've gotten used to Kvicha getting in those positions and being automatic.
When I look at him as well, I think he's different from the other wingers. Just the way his physicality is different. The way he plays as a winger is different. When I think of him, I don't necessarily think of him putting in crosses, necessarily. He's almost like a winger come striker.
Yeah,
I think he's an incredible talent.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I think we're witnessing Kvicha Kvaratskhelia become what Ousmane Dembele was to PSG last season. He's that good. In my opinion, I think he's their most decisive player. French football fans will always crown Dembele because he's the reigning Ballon d'Or winner. But PSG fans, and I got to talk with PSG fans last week in Legends, great place if you want to go watch match. And every single time Kvara got the ball, every single PSG fan got up out of their seat.
Yeah.
And for me, I put him right up there with your Lamine Yamals, with your Michael Olise, as the three best wingers in world football right now. Even Lucho Diaz gets in that conversation. But his work rate defensively, his commitment on both sides of the ball, that sets him apart.
Yeah.
No one does what he does on both sides of the ball. He can get into any single team right now.
Sorry, just segue. You mentioned the word numbers in the Champions League. Bayern have conceded 19, PSG 21, Arsenal have conceded 6. Anyway, carry on.
I didn't know we were talking about Arsenal in this segment.
You said numbers.
With Luis Enrique, he said, we're going to approach the game the same way today. We're not going to go defend our result. What we do at home is what we're going to be doing away. But there is a difference. They have no Hakimi. How will that change their approach today?
Yeah, it definitely does change because Hakimi doesn't, or rather, Zaire Emery doesn't give you the same
going forwards
as what Hakimi does. Perhaps defensively it does give you a little bit more, but Zaire Emery, who has played right back a lot for PSG, is obviously a midfielder by trade, almost like Konrad Laimer, right, who started as a midfielder and then just got pigeonholed into that right back position, and he's actually really good at right back.
He's not going to let you down as a right back, is he? But
yeah,
you're just
but
not going to get as much going forward.
But I wonder if the reverse effect on the pitch, like if Alphonso Davies is going to have a lot more liberty to get high on the pitch, and the 2v1 is what I'm a little bit worried about with Lucho Diaz and Alphonso Davies, because that can be lights out on the left-hand side. That pairing.
Yeah, we talked about this before in the first leg, and I think the principles are going to remain true. Whoever wins that battle of the wingers, that battles of the fullbacks, wingers against fullbacks, will win this tie. I just want to throw something different. And a player that I think has been a letdown since coming back from injury, Fabian Ruiz, in the second leg, or the first leg, when he came in.
But he was out for so long.
Yeah, I just thought that the game, he just didn't have the energy, and there was a big let-off. Maybe
big game rhythm, right?
Yeah, maybe there's a world where Bradley Barcola goes in at right wing, which we've seen before at Anfield. Bradley Barcola right wing, Desiree Doué at center midfield, because PSG is not a good side. They're not built to sit back and absorb. Fabian Ruiz will be in there to slow things down, to be the traffic cop in there, to be that kind of solidarity. I could see a world where Desiree Doué starts. Which
he's done that before.
He's done that before. Doué as the midfield three. Joshua Kimmich and Pavlovic could not live with him. We saw it on the clip. His ability to break out in transition, that could be a difference maker for PSG. You still are able to set the press, set the tone, and I think maybe we see that from Enrique.
But to Nico's point, if you do that, move Doué inside, put Barcola out there, are you not exposing your fullback even more?
That's a good point.
No, Barcola, is he going to give you as much as Doué going the other way?
Bradley Barcola, I think, if anything, against Bayern high line, I think this match kind of suits him. He's got the pace to get him behind.
I think it's a risk Luis Enrique will take 9 out of 10 times.
He's not thinking about going that way, is he?
Both, like you said, Jeff, on Monday. Let's go back to last Tuesday. Declarations have been made.
Yeah.
This is going to be played the same exact way. If I in the first leg, for example, took an over 7.5 goals on betting, I would take it again.
Yeah, but who would be crazy enough to do that? Who's going to say there's going to be over 7.5 goals? Do you know anybody?
Wild.
What a great segue, everyone. It's time to bring in Buckets. Buckets looking good ahead of this game. How are you feeling?
Definitely not nervous and anxious and feeling good that Bayern Munich are going to get the job done. Holy cow, get the job done. Should be a good game here, guys.
What have you got for us? What bets have you got for us then?
Got 3 bets for everybody, but real quick, Hannah, question for you. Sorry to put you on the spot here. Do you know what my actual first name is? Not Buckets, but what my real first name is?
Of course I do, John.
Oh.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Oh, Nico, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well.
What's
Let's
up,
get into
Jimmy
the bets
John?
here,
Do you
guys.
not know his name?
I called him Jimmy by accident.
Oh my God!
Isn't Jimmy a nickname for John?
No.
The problem was
Germany.
he called me Jimmy, and then Nigel Rio Coker also called me Jimmy, thinking that was my real name. So I was on the show.
Nigel calls people by different names every single day. I think Nigel is excused. I'm not excused. I'm sorry, Jimmy John.
Jimmy
I forgive
John.
you guys. My reward to you all is 3 bets here, including running back our infamous Jeff Shreve's parlay. But for the first bet, and probably the most important bet, we have something that is called a pick'em in the betting space, which means we're getting the exact same odds on both sides. It is a straight 50-50, and that bet is who is going to qualify for the final. Both PSG and Bayern Munich are both minus 115. There's no value. There's no bonus on betting either side. It is just going with your gut on who the better side is. And to nobody's surprise, I'm going with Bayern Munich at minus 115 here to qualify for the final. I want that Buckets Jeff matchup in the final. Bayern versus
They're
Arsenal.
both at minus 115, despite
minus
PSG having a
115.
lead.
Despite PSG having a lead, that kind of home field advantage of coming back to Allianz is enough for the books to say, hey, it doesn't matter. It's essentially an even game here for everyone. And I think that Bayern Munich will go through. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be, a defensive masterclass by any means. This game's probably going to have 5, 6, 7 goals in it again. But I think Bayern Munich at home just have the very, very slight edge. And my bias is clearly showing here as I take them to advance. Bet number 2 is one that we gave out last week, and we're just running the exact same thing back, because why would we not? Both teams to score in this game is, again, around minus 500, but both teams to score in the first half plus 160. You guys have already talked about it. Enrique Company, in their interviews, nobody is talking about defense. Nobody is changing tactics. We are going back to just knocking each other in the head as hard as we can for 90 minutes. Love this wager. Even though last week we got plus 200, plus 160 is not a bad look again here for 2 first half goals. And then the Jeff Shreve's parlay. Last in the first leg for this matchup was our most profitable day in morning footy history, and that was because of the Jeff Shreve's parlay, in which we took 4 different players to score or assist parlay together at 8-1, and that hit in the first half last week. We're going to do the exact same thing, because I don't know why we would change anything here. Dembele to score or assist, Kane to score or assist, Kvaratskhelia to score or assist, and Olise to score or assist.
Wow.
Right now we're getting plus 500. It's not quite as good as last week, but in a game that I do think is going to hit that over 4.5 goals, there's no reason to look at anyone else other than these 4 guys here. So running back 2 of the same bets, plus Bayern Munich to qualify. Feeling pretty good about this,
This
but what
is
do you guys
crazy.
think?
Wow.
I feel like this is the only tie where you could do that sort of parlay. You know what it feels like? 6-5 or 5-4? Now I forgot.
5-4.
5-4. It feels like when you're playing FIFA, like I was in college playing FIFA with my friends, when it's just back and forth, right? When you would get 5-4,
that's actually
5-4 is
spot
not
on.
a result
Yeah.
that is foreign to a video game. I was watching a video game being played
Yeah.
in a Champions League semifinal. Unbelievable.
It's a great
All fun, just attack.
I just want to throw this out there. Just alone, Kvaratskhelia to score or assist, plus 100. Just that alone.
Okay. Lovely stuff, Buckets. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the game later.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.